Hey guys, welcome to another Maz's Movement Minis. Today we are looking at opening the side body. So we should finish this short and sweet practice feeling that little bit longer, that little bit taller. So we're going to begin starting in our child's pose. We'll take the knees nice and wide, settle the bum down towards the heels, and just start to walk the fingers, the hands, the palms out in front. Just take a few moments to make sure you're comfortable here, that the knees are a good distance apart, to feel comfortable for your hips. And then as we breathe in, we're going to lift up onto the fingertips, lift the forehead and the chest off the floor. As we breathe out, walk the hands over to the left. You might place your right hand on top of the left, and then see if you can soften the belly down to the thighs, relax the head, relax the neck. Coming into our first side bend, hopefully feeling a little bit of an opening through the right hand side of your body. Bum keeps rooting back to heels, neck stays long. Lovely. And then next breath in, we're going to lift back onto those fingertips and make this journey all the way over to the right. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right. And again, making sure to soften the belly towards the thighs. Make sure the neck is nice and long. Enjoy that stretch this time through the left-hand side of the body. And then the next breath in brings you back through to center. Place the palms flat on the ground. Start to lift up. Let's bring the knees in line with those hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, and we'll just take a couple of rounds of our cat and cow. So the breath in lifts the chest, lifts the tailbone, drops the belly. And the breath out rounds and curls. Let's do that again, taking a lovely breath in, finding that opening for the front of the body. And taking that breath out, finding a opening for the back of the body. Lovely, just one more round. Just making sure the spine is warm before we come into any further side bends, side stretches. Good, and then come back through center. All right, so we're going to take our right foot to the right hand side of the mat. And then we're going to reach our left leg out to the side. You want to make sure that the knees in line with the hips so you feel fully supported here. And then we're going to reach this left arm all the way to the sky. And to turn this into a side bend, once you feel comfortable here, we're going to reach the arm up and over the ear. Imagine this lovely stretch all the way from your heel, all the way up to the tips of your fingers. Just taking a few beautiful breaths, giving a little bit of space between the shoulder and the ear. Starting to open that chest a little bit further to the side of your mat. Good. And then power up through your standing leg, the foot that's on the ground. And we're going to use our core to lift us all the way up. And we're going to take our gate pose. So this hand now comes down the long leg and top arm comes up and over the ear. So you might find this is a slightly more tighter stretch. It might not feel as roomy as it did on the other side. So just be kind. You can come out, you can adjust, make sure this works for your body. Again, softening the neck, maybe looking down if that's better for the neck. Beautiful. And then breathing in, come all the way back up. Bring the hand down to the ground and come back through to your tabletop. Good, wiggle that out. Side bending can feel quite intense because we don't tend to do very much of it day to day. So we're going to take the other side now. So it's the opposite foot that kicks back to the side of the mat. And then the opposite leg reaches long and away. Again, take a little bit of time to make sure the knee is in a position where your body feels supported. And then we're going to reach this arm up and over the ear. Think about spiraling the chest towards the side of your mat. Really finding that beautiful stretch from heel all the way to fingertips. Okay, so thinking about pressing into that foot, we're going to engage our core, use the arm for a bit of momentum, coming all the way up. And then hand slides down the leg, top arm reaches up and over the ear, and we find our gate pose. So just making sure that belly button's drawing back towards the spine. We're reaching up and over the ear. And just notice the difference between this side bend and the side bend you were just in. And then next breath in is going to lift us all the way up. Bring us all the way back round. And again, feel free to have a little wiggle, a little release. Okay, from here we're going to make our way up to downward facing dog. So the fingertips spread wide, the toes tuck under. And as those hips lift to the sky, feel free to bring a little bit of movement in, wiggling, swaying, anything that just releases from what you've done so far. And then we're slowly going to walk the feet all the way to the back of the hands, feeling free to bend the knees. Soften belly to thighs, grab opposite elbows. And just take a couple of breaths here in our forward fold. And then release those arms and slowly come up. Vertebrae. Vertebrae. Maybe take a few rolls of the shoulders. Good. All right then. So we're going to come into a couple of standing poses that again aim to open the side body. So take the feet nice and wide. We're going to turn the toes to the top of the mat, and then the back foot's going, the toes are going to stay facing the side edge of your mat. I'm going to sink down into our warrior two legs. So we're going to make sure the knee is tracking over the little toe. You're pressing into the little toe edge side of that back foot. Belly button draws up and in. And then we reach our arms long, looking down the middle finger of our front hand. This is our warrior two. So we need a nice strong warrior two to prepare us for a few side bending postures. So keep your strong warrior two legs as you flip your front palm. Lean slightly forward and then bring the back arm down the back leg as the top arm lifts up and over the ear for our reverse warrior. So legs are strong and stable, core is strong and stable, and then we're reaching up for that beautiful side bend but also back bend. You're lifting the chest, opening the heart. And just take a few deep breaths here. If there's any crunching in the lower back, come up a little bit out of the pose. We don't want any of that. Beautiful. And then the core engages as we come all the way back to our warrior two. Good. So again, legs stay where they are. We're going to bend the elbow and bring the forearm down onto this front thigh. And then we're going to reach top arm up and over the ear for our extended side angle. So there's a lot going on in this pose. You want energy in those legs. You're going to be spiraling that chest towards the side of your mat. Lots going on in the core, little tuck of that tailbone. And of course, this is enough. It's a strong enough side stretch here. If you would like a little bit more, imagine there's a beach ball and you're going to grab onto that beach ball. This is going to fire up the core, make those legs work just that little bit more. Don't worry, we won't stay for too long. Whew, and then bring that forearm down. From here, we're going to bring that hand all the way down to the floor. And we're going to find a twisted position. So the hand that's just come down stays down. The top arm lifts up to the sky. Now you are more than welcome to just stay here, taking the arm up and over the head for your side bend. Or you're going to take your front foot, step it back behind you for your side plank and reach that arm up and over the ear. Keep pressing the floor away with the hand, lifting the hips high. Hold, hold, hold. And then slowly, wherever you are, come round, drop those knees. Whew, and have a little wiggle and a shake, let all that go. Good work. So some strong standing postures, again, just to open that side body. So we're gonna make our way back to standing, so we can do that sequence on the second side. So palms press down, fingertips press down. Let's lift up, down dog. Again, any wiggles, any movement. And then we take that beautiful walk to the back of the hands. Belly relaxes to thighs. Maybe you stay for a moment in your fold. Before pressing into those feet and coming all the way back. Standing. Whew, okay, so we've got to do all of that on the second side. So again, the feet go nice and wide. We turn the opposite toes to the top of the mat now. So just make sure you're working the opposite side. Knee tracks over that little toe. You should get a nice inner thigh, kind of groin stretch. Press into side of that back foot. Reach those arms and sink down into those hips. Looking over the middle finger of that front hand. Just a couple of breaths here to really get comfortable and stable in that lower body. All right, so we're going to flip that front palm, lean it slightly forward. We're going to reverse our warrior. So top arm lifts up and over the ear. Back arm comes down, back leg. And again, we're in that side bend, that back bend. Core is strong, tailbone roots down to the floor. Chest is lifting high. Make sure the head is wherever is comfortable for the neck. And then from here, bring it all the way back to warrior two. All right, we'll take this into our extended side angle. So we're going to bend the elbow and bring the forearm down to the thigh. And when you're ready, this top arm's going to lift up over the ear. And here we are in our beautiful, strong side bend. Again, you want that stretch from heel to fingertips. Chest is open. We're not dumping into the supporting arm. There's a lightness there. You're, of course, more than welcome to stay here. This is quite strong. Or there's a beach ball, grab hold. If grabbing the beach ball means you're down here somewhere, then I would say bring the arm back. So you really want to keep that lift, keep that side bend, keep breathing, keep holding. And then forearm comes down. Hand comes all the way down and we're setting up for that twist. I'm just going to swap legs. You don't need to do that. It's just so we can see the side plank on this side. So the hand that comes down stays, just come down, stays down. Top arm lifts to the sky. Now you might just stay here, arm reaching overhead again to find that side bend. Or we're going to drop that back heel, take the front foot back, find your side plank. Arm reaches up and over the ear, hips stay lifted. Breathe, you've got this. And slowly release it down. Knees come down. And have a little wiggle from here. Beautiful. All right, to round up, just take a bit of a seated position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. It can be any seated position that gives you access to your upper body. And we'll just take a few more gentle side bends now. So bring the right hand out to the side. Take a big breath in, reach this arm up and over the ear. Chest lifts high. If you'd like to add on a little bit, you can bend that top elbow. It gives me a little bit more of a stretch across the chest, but that might be too much for some, so just go where it feels good. And then breathe in, come all the way up. Let's take it all the way down to the opposite side. Being sure to allow space between ear and shoulder. Maybe finding that little bend. And then again, engaging that core to come all the way back. Just let the hands relax into the lap. Maybe you feel that little bit taller. Now we've stretched all the muscles of the side body. Maybe you can breathe a little bit deeper. Now we've stretched out all those intercostal muscles around the ribs. And this is where we're going to end today's mini movement practice.